fucking hack did this. Oh, there's gonna be a lot more work on this car. Oh man. The next step is to try to track down that aftermarket speaker wire. So we've been able to track them down, completely unsoldered wires. We'll try to figure out what we can do and what we can't do. And now for the reveal of the mess. They damaged some of the original wiring. We'll try to fix this. So in order to get this portion out of the connector, you have to carefully pull out the seal. You want to be very delicate because we do not want any water intrusion through this seal. So we just go real slow and just pop it out. To make this easier to demonstrate how to pop this out, you have to carefully wedge a screwdriver, preferably as thin as possible. And all you do is just make a little bit of a gap. You don't want to push too hard because obviously this plastic could be brittle. And then I luckily was able to use the speaker wires to pop it out, but then it pops out just like that. And here you can see they drilled the harness to run the new wires. So we're going to feed new ones right on through. We will have to pull back the insulation just so we can get them through, but now we'll just pop these out. So we'll start actually by running our speaker wires from the passenger compartment to the door. Now we will have to do what they did in order to pass this through the rubber boot. So we can't leave our wire in its rubber boot, but we will pull it back. Then we'll neatly Tessa tape it after we've run it through the harness. We're going to tie our new wire to this wire and use it as a fish. Otherwise, we would have to do this normally by sending either a wire through and then tape it off. But since we already have two wires done that way, we're going to tape it just to get it to here. And then we'll massage the wire through the boot, run it through here, get our wire into the door. Now that we've taped both of our wires underneath the dash, we'll carefully pull these through. Don't do me dirty, please. Oh, I got that one through. All right. So now that we've gotten our new wire through, we'll do the exact same thing through the rubber boot. And since we don't want to leave the rubber jacket exposed like that, we'll just go and put a little bit of heat shrink on there, just so if ever anyone takes our install apart, it looks nice. So now all we need to do is run the wires through here, and then we'll use the wire that they drilled out. One thing we do want to make sure of is that we don't tangle up with one of the original wires. Let's see if we can pass one and then pass the other. put the crossover because we probably need a little bit more wire. We took a look at the back of the factory door panel, and it appears we have actually quite a bit of space in this general vicinity, so it's likely that's where we're going to mount the crossover. So we've left ourselves enough cabling just to get to the crossover. We've run the wire through the boot and through the Molex connector. Now we're going to utilize, because of the way this is taped and it is completely full, we're going to utilize the opening that they made. Generally we would not try to do this. What usually I would do would be to actually slit this, run the wire down along that, and then retape it. You can see they at least made possibly an attempt to do that, but they didn't go all the way. So since this hole is already here, we're going to use it, and then we'll repair the factory tape job. So now that we have the harness back together, reinstall the weather seal. So now that we've run the wire through the door harness, we'll put the harness back together and we'll use some Tessa tape to make it look nice. Now there are two different types of Tessa tape, the top one being the interior style and the bottom one being the exterior or under hood style. Since this is subject to moisture, we don't want to use the real fabric tape. We want to use the one that's meant for the exterior or in places that can have some weather. So since they already punched a hole, we're gonna just try to tape it off and make it look as nice as possible. And we should get pretty close to making it look not too bad. And all we're doing here is utilizing the factory Ferrari wire holder. And that sticks onto a threaded stud. Now that we have the wire run through the door, we have the grommet put back together, we're going to set up our tweeter wire and then repair the original speaker wire and then figure out what we're going to do to close in the door. the speaker wires in. 3 hours. We've run our tweeter wire to the tweeter location, and we've run it to the crossover location. We have our new power leads coming from our amplifier. So next we're going to repair the factory wiring, fix the installation, and then run our speaker lead to the amplifier location, which is going to be on the pump.
Thanks for watching, guys. If this video sucked, you know what to do, but if you enjoyed it, click that like button. Join the conversation below in the comments. We have tons of more content, so if you're new, definitely subscribe to the channel and check everything out. Visit us at qualitymobilevideo.com to get the latest car audio and video gear. And don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Quality Mobile Video. See you soon.